And welcome back to Talk Women's Sports. This is Lisa Tinkler here once again with Becky Oakes and Reba Sims. And we're not just going to talk about goats. We're going to talk with Stephanie Wubina about goats and yoga.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Stephanie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is great because this is kind of unique.
It is. It's very unique. Some might say crazy, but unique is a kind word. Thank you.
You've had a lot of publicity lately.
We have.
And some of it's been just to explain what it is.
Yeah.
And some of it's been just you had a little tiff with the county. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
over and you're back in business full swing out there in Rogersville.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how this all got to be.
Well, it was December 2016, and my husband and I owned a yoga studio in Chesterfield Village, and we lived in a loft above the yoga studio. We saw this on Facebook. The original lady who came up with Goat Yoga, she started it, I think it was October, November of 2016, so we saw it right after she started it. And I just saw that, and I just said, this is a business opportunity. And this is also something that I know Springfield will embrace. And so it was a pretty stressful time in my life as well, and I think that's why I was drawn to it. And so I'm like, we're gonna move out of the loft and we're gonna buy a farm and we're gonna do goat yoga. And he said, okay.
That's funny to hear a yoga person say they were stressed.
Well, I think going to yoga and owning a yoga studio is everything in moderation is always good, you know.
So do you still own the yoga studio?
I actually sold it with Live Pure Yoga. It's off of 65 in Battlefield. I actually sold it to a wonderful lady named Lily, and she is operating the yoga studio. It's doing really great. I still teach there a couple days a week, and so I still that business I created was still able to go on, and I was able to pursue the goat yoga, which I really love being on the farm.
So how often are you doing goat yoga?
So we do goat yoga Friday at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 3 p.m. We also, for the last 2 years, have done something called bunny meditation. We do that Saturdays at 10 a.m.
Okay, so this sounds like if you are an animal lover, you want to go to Stephanie's.
Yeah, for sure. So the concept behind goat yoga, it does sound like a really silly kind of, just a silly thing. And it really is. And that's part of it because it does just relieve anxiety. You're just laughing the whole time. So if you think a yoga class, it's not really a formal yoga class. So we are classified as an agritourism activity. So agritourism is anything that somebody would come out on a farm to do. So think like pumpkin patch or like corn maze or something like that. Something to connect the community to a farm experience. Right. And so I always say it's about 90% goat, 5% yoga, and maybe there's 5% poop. So I always kind of add that mix in. So, yeah. So the concept really behind it is to connect and de-stress. So we use yoga in the sense of bringing animals and people together in a way that is pleasant for the animal. So if you think about like a petting zoo and you've got all these hands coming out a poor little goat or a little animal, it's a little stressful for them. But when you all come to our farm, you're coming to their home, and so they're really comfortable. We're also registered. We're also a registered educational farm with the state of Missouri, and so we really love our Nigerian dwarf goats, and we love to educate the community about them.
So if I go, I have my yoga mat.
We provide your yoga mats. Yep.
And I begin to do my yoga with an instructor.
Yeah, so that's me. So I've been so a little bit about me. I've been a National Strength and Conditioning Association personal trainer for about 20 years, and I've been a yoga instructor for about 5. And so I instruct the yoga. Sometimes we have guests that like to come and help us out, but you just come. We always tell people wear pants or wear a t-shirt, something to cover your shoulders, because you are going to have the little goats jumping on your shoulders. So you just come, you bring yourself, and we lead you through a very gentle yoga class. So definitely for beginners, no yoga experience required. And something that I have found is that I'd say about 95% of the people who come out really have never done yoga before. So that kind of gives you an idea. It's not a yoga-based activity. It's really kind of connecting with nature, connecting to the land, connecting with the people around you.
And relaxing.
Yeah.
I'm trying, and so the goats.
So you're gonna sit down.
The goats just.
Yep. So you're gonna come and you're gonna
do.
sit down. And our first couple minutes of class, we just introduce everybody. So how the goats introduce themselves to you is that they come up to you. They will, get a little scratch, a little pet, however much you do or or don't want to interact with them. And we take you through a really slow, gentle yoga class. And so we always say we do a little bit of yoga for us and a little bit of yoga for the goats. And so the yoga for the goats consists of getting in poses that they would like to jump on you on. So you're just kind of a big rock for them. So goats are a prey animal, so they like to jump on things. Like you talked about earlier during the break, we were talking about jumping on cars. So our goats are way too small to do that, but they like to jump on things so they can see what's going on. And so it's in their nature.
A prey animal.
Yeah, so they're from West Africa, so
Okay.
they are from Nigeria, and so if you think about anything in the wild that's going to attack them, like a coyote or a lion, or they're food for a lot of people. They're dwarfs, so they're miniature. They're get about 20 inches at shoulder, so that's about breed
Okay.
standard. That's about 19 to 21 inches.
So up to my knees.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. They're probably up to my knees. I'm a little shorter, but an average person, they probably wouldn't come up to your
Okay.
knees. So they're pretty small.
So when
Like a
you
medium-sized dog.
Yeah, about ours top out about 30 pounds. We do tend to breed them smaller just because we're using them for companion animals. We also do milk our goats, and so we do use them for ourselves
Okay.
for milk. It's not something we sell, but we use it for
Okay.
ourselves. So they are a dairy animal. So we use them like a farm animal, but then also they're our friend and they're our companion, and then they're your friend when you come out.
so when the goats, you breed the goats, but do your goats have to go through, the babies, do they have to go through a period of becoming acclimated to humans, and what's actually going to go on that they're
Yeah,
gonna
so
be
part of the goat yoga and part of the benefit that the public and the community gives to us is they help socialize our animal. And so the more interaction that the goat has with a person, the more positive interaction, then they tend to know that humans are nice. And so it's, if you just had kind of like a regular goat on a regular farm, I'm sure you wouldn't get the same reaction. But our goats, really from they're maybe about a week old, we start goat yoga with them and just cuddling and holding. And then we also do something called goat grams. So I always had people saying, can you bring your goats to me? Can you bring your goats to me? And I was just like, no, I can't bring goats. They can't bring them from the farm. And I thought, well, what about during kidding season when I've got the tiny babies? They're really small. They're about the size of a kitten. They're really small. I could do that then. And so we do 2 baby goats, a card, a bouquet of flowers, and for 30 minutes we go to your loved one or whoever you want us to send us to, and we do a goat gram. So we get a little baby
like
goat
a children's
visit.
hospital would be really
Yeah,
cool
so
for
we've
that.
we've done birthday parties. We actually were even, last year we were part of a memorial for a dear gentleman who passed, and he loved our goats. And so we've been, I've not been part of a wedding proposal, but anybody out there listening, I'd love to be part of that.
You really created it, so I don't even have to come up with it.
Yes.
Your goats, I mean, I'm listening to, it's kind of like
Uh-huh.
they could be almost like a therapy goat.
Yeah, so
I-
if you think about like
you know, you
equine
have
therapy,
therapy
like
dogs and
horses,
horses
therapy
and- yeah.
dogs, yeah. So goats are caprine, so caprine therapy. Actually, the lady who founded Goat Yoga, her name is Lainey Morse. She lives in Oregon. She has made several trips to the state capital of Oregon, and she is trying to get laws passed that will apply to goat yoga just like it would apply to horse yoga, because it's kind of new. It's people are like, what is this?
People
It's-
don't know.
yeah. So we just like to kind of educate a little bit just to say what it is.
This is fun. So if somebody wants to come out on Friday or
Uh-huh.
Saturday, how would they get a hold of you, and how much would it be, and all
Okay.
that kind of information?
So our Facebook, our webpage, and our Instagram is Goats and Yoga, and I will respond on all 3 of those. So goatsandyoga.com or just Goats and Yoga on Facebook.
Okay.
And they can sign up through our website, or they can pay when they arrive. So it's $20 for a goat yoga session.
It's an hour.
It's an hour. And then we also give free farm tours at the end. We ask people to come no more than 15 minutes before, but you're welcome to stay as long as you'd like and meet all of our animals. And then bunny meditation is $15, and that's about 45 minutes. And again, we do a farm tour after, and so you're welcome to kind of.
What do the bunnies do?
So the bunnies just sit there and be cute, and you hold them and you cuddle them. So it's a real stress
Kinda
reliever.
kitten.
Yeah. Well, if you
Type
think
thing.
so if you think about it, we are either the thing that's great about animals animals is that they don't live in the future and they don't live in the past. They're very present. And that is the problem that we have. We're always on our phone, we're always checking email, we're always on social media and kind of worrying about tomorrow. Maybe we did something yesterday we're worried about, but just being around the animals, if you hold a little baby goat or a little baby bunny, they invite you into the world of being very present. And there's a lot of joy in being present and being in the moment. And so that's the gift that the animals give to us.
And bunnies
Yes.
are very, very soft.
Yes.
You think a cat's soft?
Yeah.
Dogs.
Well,
their
that,
hair's
no,
not the
that's a
same.
great point.
Bunny
It's a
is
sensory.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a sensory thing where you're feeling that. It just calms down your stress hormones
Right.
and it calms your anxiety.
I'm actually feeling pretty good right
Yeah.
now. I mean, just, no, I'm serious. I'm just sitting here listening to you and I'm thinking about,
I'm picturing
God.
goats on top of me, so.
you know, I think, all I really want to do is just pet them. Forget the yoga. I just want to
So,
take a pet.
We always say that. I always say you only have to listen to me the first 5 minutes of class where I give you instructions, and then after that you can do whatever you want. If you don't have to do any yoga, you can just sit and play with the animals or whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah, I can hear my daughter. She goes, "Mom, don't
That's
go.
great.
You would never come."
Oh,
home."
you
So-
well,
You never come
all
home.
of you guys need to come on me. Come on out to the
Yeah.
farm. We'll do a little goat yoga. It'd be
Okay,
fun.
so once
It's,
again,
uh-huh.
we go to the Facebook page. This is
Uh-huh.
Goats and
Goats
Yoga.
and yoga, and then
Okay.
our webpage as well,
And that'll direct it to you.
goatsandyoga.com.
And
Yeah.
you're located where?
We are in Rogersville, so we're right
Rogersville.
off of
Okay.
J Highway. We're actually pretty close to Springfield. We're right off of J.
Okay,
Mhm.
towards the north.
Yeah,
then.
yep.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so that's really easy. You can go out Battlefield Road if you don't want to mess with all
Yep.
the construction.
Yeah.
down
Oh
there.
yeah,
So-
there's been a lot of it lately.
Yes.
There
Yeah.
has been.
So,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
this. This was really
Interesting.
wonderful.
Very
Thank you.
interesting.
Wonderful to meet you.
Very-
Thank you.
Very unique. So,
Yeah.
we always like those unique things. So, once again, thank you for coming on. So, we're going to go to another commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about